Hello everybody, my name's Bill Allen. The title of today's video is Foods to be Avoided if you have acid reflux, GERD, or heartburn. This video is brought to you by our program, the Acid Reflux and GERD All Natural Pain Relief and Healing Program. I promised myself today I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to go into a tirade about the drugs and the doctors and how much I hate them and how little the doctors know and how much the drugs do for you. I'm only going to talk about foods, I swear. I hope. Okay. If you suffer from acid reflux, GERD, or heartburn, the principal reason is you're consuming the wrong types of food. And what I mean by this are foods that cause your stomach to produce more acid than can be absorbed by those foods you're eating. Other causes of these symptoms are overeating, consuming too much alcohol, lack of exercise, and often during pregnancy women will experience acid reflux, which also can be avoided by the being on the right type of diet. Now let's get back to the foods. There are literally thousands of foods today that people consume worldwide. There's two major, well, let's say three major problems with the foods. First, it's the vegetables. There are very, very few vegetables that you can consume that are not going to cause your stomach to produce more acid than can be absorbed by those vegetables. But there are 30 or so vegetables that you can eat on a regular basis that have the exact opposite effect. They cause your stomach to produce less acid or enough acid that can be absorbed by those foods. Now on to the fruits. Pretty much the exact same situation. Most fruits cause your stomach to produce more acid than can be absorbed by those fruits. But once again, there are fruits that you can eat that have the exact opposite effect. So what I'm saying is it is possible to maintain a very nutritious diet eating fruits and vegetables if you know what they are. And the third problem is breakfast. If you're watching this video, then more than likely you suffer from acid reflux, GERD, or heartburn. And I personally guarantee you that 95 to 99% of you start the day feeling bad. Because the vast majority of foods consumed by Americans and Europeans for breakfast produce acid reflux, GERD, and heartburn. They produce too much acid for your stomach to be absorbed by those foods. Now, if you've watched a lot of my videos, you'll know this, but let's go over it again. The problem with the acid is it eventually gets refluxed back up your LES. Your LES is a valve at the top of your stomach that is supposed to open wide to let food in and then close tightly to stop food, acid, or other digestive juices from being refluxed back up your stomach. But when acid comes in contact with it, it weakens the valve. So the hole becomes wider and wider and wider and wider. So that's why over time, if you don't get this treated, you're going to experience more and more bouts of acid reflux, GERD, or heartburn. Now your esophagus, what happens when acid comes in contact with it is ulcers or sores develop. And naturally, the more acid that comes in contact with it, the larger the sores become. And of course, they multiply, and the more of them grow. Your stomach has a lining of mucus that protects it against the damaging effects of the acid. Your LES and your esophagus don't. So, essentially, until you realize and understand what these foods are, you can't stop the problem. End of discussion. There is no debating this point. If you're consuming the wrong food, you're going to have this problem the rest of your life. And I got bad news for you. It doesn't get better. It gets worse. Each and every time acid comes in contact with your LES, it weakens it more and more. Each and every time acid comes in contact with your esophagus, the sores and ulcers multiply as well as grow, and the pain intensifies. Now, a major part of our program is the acid reflux diet, and there's 4 parts to it. The first part is a food chart. We rate the foods all the way from great foods to super to average to food you should never consume. The second part is we've developed well over 100 recipes specifically with the foods that don't produce an overabundance of acid. And in these recipes, we've added herbs. There's approximately 40 to 45 herbs used worldwide for centuries to treat these symptoms. So when the foods are combined with the herbs, they have super powerful dishes that relieve your pain immediately. The third part of the program, or the acid reflux diet I should say, is we give you a 14-day diet plan. By the time you're finished the diet plan, you won't even remember that you ever had acid reflux or GERD. Your pain will be gone completely. The fourth part is we have a restaurant guide for you that includes both fast food and formal restaurants. We tell you which ones are good to eat at, which ones are bad to eat at, and what you should be ordering when you go to the restaurant. So the key to ending the pain, without question, there's no debating this point, is understanding what foods to eat and what foods to avoid. Now, once you can stop the acid from coming in contact with your LES and your esophagus, they can begin to heal themselves. And that's the 4th step in our program, which we discuss in other videos. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Look forward to seeing you at our website. Bye-bye.